Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So it's a big day on the farm. There are some of those days that are just milestone days that you just won't ever forget them, and today's going to be one of them. We got some cows coming, and through the magic of editing, we're going to get the cows today, and we're also going to move the cows today. So hang out with us for a little bit. Let's see if we can get this done without getting anybody hurt. Let's see if we can start rebuilding some soil on this farm, building some fertility, and improving the land. Hang around with us. That's perfect.
I might get rid of all these shirts here.
Well, I just had to come back from the house. I went to shut one, put on a short sleeve. How many's in here?
10 more down there, or 9 more. I might get one of them back.
Okay, here's the skinny on the cows and what's happening. So we have bought 20 feeder steers, and these steers range anywhere from about $650 up to $850, $875, maybe $900. But anyway, the reason that we bought these to, number one, finish out on grass so that we've got a good stock of grass-fed beef to sell. And number two, y'all seen some pictures and video of this place. We've got a ton of grass, and we need some ruminants up here to eat. So folks that we'd been buying our cows off of had a group of steers that they were wanting to move along because they were running out of grass. They'd kept too many over the winter and wanted to move some. We needed some, so we were able to strike a deal. All these are steers. We've got everything in here is Angus cross. We've got a couple of Baldies. There's some, I think there's one Hereford in here, red with white face. There's another mostly red one. But anyway, we're going to be practicing some management intensive grazing with daily rotations. These cows have been on this paddock right here for about 48 hours. Now you may say, well, that's not daily moves. No, it's not. The reason they've been here for 2 days is when they got here 2 days ago, we wanted to keep these cows in an area close to the house so we could watch them, make sure everybody was okay, make sure they were going to stay in the fence, and that's what they've done. Fantastic job. So we're really, really pleased. Well trained to electric, and they've done well. We've not done a lot of videos over the past couple weeks because me and JW down there have been spending a lot of time going around our perimeter fence where we're going to have these animals to make sure that our fence was tight and in good shape. And there's a lot of that is just pulling a little bit of barbed wire, reattaching some insulators, using a weed eater. I mean, it's pretty dull, but sweat inducing stuff. So this is our first move. So y'all are coming along with us on what we hope will be a successful first move. So we've had them in this paddock here again for about 48 hours. I'll walk up here and show you the fence. and what it looks like where they are versus where they're going. They took off running. I thought you meant they were coming at me. I think they are. They're very interested in the bucket. So JW's got a bucket down there that he's got some range cubes in that he's shaking, and they're interested in it. Here's our fence, and you can see this is where they are, this is where they're going. So our gate for the move is over here. So we're going to take down the gate and see if they will come and do their thing for us. So this is our high tensile, it's electrified. We got the juice off, and we just got some temporary wire here that we've put in a couple of, we put in 2 lines because they have been trained to 2 wire. They'd been trained to 2 wire. So that was why we had 2 up. So now we're just going to take it down and see if they'll follow JW. Whoa, cow! Come on, boys! Whoop! Huh? Take it on back. Yeah, let me take it on back. Come on, cows. Let's go. Come on, boys. We want them to go over there and go through that gate. This has turned out to be a little bit more difficult than what we had expected, but this is their first time. They've never done this. So we're figuring this is going to take, a few days for them to kind of learn the program. We're going to try to be consistent about time of day that we move. Late afternoon, just like today, about 4 o'clock. So, I mean, just going to take a little practice. But what I was saying a minute ago, this paddock that they're in, they've done a really nice job. They probably were there a little longer than they needed to be. I think the rule is 60-20-20. You want them to eat 60%, stomp on 20%, and leave 20%. So 48 hours, yeah, they probably have done that. My understanding is, and from what I've read, listened to, grazing and grazing management is as much, if not more, of an art than it is a science, and learning to read the grass and read the animals and move at the appropriate time, appropriate size and all that, appropriate size of paddock and that kind of thing. So day 2, move 1. So maybe our stockmanship lacks something to be desired. Let's go, boys. Come on. There they go. There they are. Had to push them a little bit. Everybody's head pointed in the right direction, and then show them where the door is. Phew, Lord of mercy. I don't know who that's more stressful on, them or us. But we got them across new paddock. Okay, new paddock. New paddock. So we have moved them. Right here's our wire, and we have another wire up here. No, we're not going to be using that feeder. So down there I had them on 2 strands. Up here, look at that, I'll show you in a minute. Up here I got them on one. We've just put them on a single strand on the upper fence back here. We'll pull that 2 strand on the back fence. Whew, Lord, y'all, I'm out of shape. Single strand right here. There's a post. But they came in, new paddock. Look what they're doing. Went right to work. Now this area right here, right directly in front of us, we had some pigs on this back in the fall, overgrazed it with them. JW and I came in, I think this was his first day here, and put roll of hay down, sowed some whatever I had in the barn, some rice, some wheat, some, I have no idea what it was, K31 or fescue, whatever. Is it K31? Anyway, sowed it out here. It's come back. It's looking good, nice young tender, and look at them. Everybody went right to work, doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Now we got to get water moved. I got to stop and take a breather, but here we are, new paddock. Okay, so real quick, this is the paddock that they're in. We're on the side of the hill. They are just right over that little ridge right there. And we've set up, we've got another wire coming down here along the edge of these trees. And down at the bottom of the hill, we'll walk down there in a minute, I'll show it to you. We've set up a place for them to go drink. And that was an area that the pigs were on. We've gone in there, rolled out some hay. We're gonna put the drinker there. I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish pulling the wire that goes down to that, that little sacrifice area where we're gonna be drinking. We're gonna pull that wire on around over, and we're gonna join into the paddock that they just came off of. So there will be a small area right here that they'll not be able to get to. And it's really steep right there. Don't know that they would even go down the side of that hill, but we're just gonna keep them off of that for the time being. So JW's gonna pull this wire on around and finish tying this paddock off and opening up their drinking area. And we'll walk down there, I'll show it to you exactly what we've done. So they're in their new area now, and we got them moved. Nobody died. Thought it was going to there for a second when Jamie hollered at me, but we're moved. And this area up here is maybe a little bit smaller than the area they were in. They'll move tomorrow. So this is going to be a daily move, but spin back over here. I mean, look at that. Already, you can see the difference in where they were and where they're at now. We're going to leave this with a rest. This area here will be rested for as long as we can till we get back around. Again, this is, we're brand new at this. And, I'm probably making all kinds of mistakes, especially by maybe letting cows run over me, almost anyway. But, we got to figure this thing out. And if we want to raise these cattle and provide, a good high quality grass-fed product, we got to figure out how to manage these things. And I think I said it in another video somewhere along the way. Man, you can read all the books you want to read, you can watch all the videos you want to watch, and those things are great. But until you're doing it hands-on, on the land, with the animals in place, and practicing it, that's when you really learn. And this is learning for us. I mean, you're going to get to come along with us and see the mistakes that we make. Lord knows we made plenty of mistakes on pigs, and we'll make plenty on these cows. But, you got to do it, and just get out there and give it a try, give it a whirl. Follow some good solid principles. Like I said earlier, we've made sure we've gone all around this farm except for one area where we're not going to be putting them. We know they're not going to be, but we've gone all around this farm and made sure that our perimeter fence is nice and tight. We've spent a significant amount of money to fence this lower pasture in. That's a project that's upcoming. The materials are out there in the hay barn. So, we're investing in this. This is where we're trying to take the farm. We're going to continue doing pigs. We're going to continue doing chickens. We believe that multi-species is better than mono-species, and we're not just doing one thing. We're going to do lots of different things within reason to make sure that we can be profitable at them and do them right. So we got them moved. It wasn't too bad, was it?
No.
I thought you was going to let them run over me, kill me. Are you on the life? You're not on my life insurance policy.
Sandra put me on.
Sandra put you on it, yeah, don't doubt it. Okay, so here's what we're doing with water. So this is a little lane that we've built up to the top of the hill that is right into their paddock. And the way we've designed this, and you'll see this in future videos, the way we've designed this is we can tap into this lane for a number of days so that the cows can continually come back down here to drink. So this is an area where we have had pigs, and this was bare soil. And I'm going to invoke the name of Greg Judy multiple times over the next, God only knows how many videos. But one thing he says is you need to learn to hate bare soil. And we had pigs in here. We had a bad bare soil problem right here. So we went to the barn. We pulled out an old junk roll of hay and we rolled it out here. And we just covered the ground with it. So we've got some carbon material down. So now the cows can come down here and drink. Here's our drinker, we'll show you that in a second. The cows can come down here and drink. They'll stomp on this, poop and pee on it. They may even eat a little bit of it. They do, that's fine. But we're getting some carbon on the soil to start building back some organic matter and get some grass going again. Now what we're using for a drinker, this is really simple. This is one of the pickle barrel drinkers. Well, it's a pickle barrel that we have used in the past for pig drinkers. And we cut it in half and we got one of these Job mega flow valves, and we've got it plumbed in to our well. It's coming. We've got it plugged into our well, and the well is, you can't see it. It's on the other side of, it's out through there. We got some water hose ran out to a hydrant out there for the well. And this is the Job mega flow valve. What happens when this drinker fills up, that float comes to the top. When it runs out of line, it will pull the valve closed. Water will stop. As the cows drink, the float drops back down. It opens the valve back. It works like a toilet. Opens the valve back up and it refills with water. So this is our drinking station. And again, we've got some hay down here. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, we got water now. You were faster than the water walking out here. So we got our hay down, and this is where the cows are going to drink for the next few days as we rotate them around the upper part of the farm up here. And like I say, we're learning this deal, getting started. So those of you that are wanting to do this, you can watch us and we'll show you exactly what not to do, more than likely. Maybe we'll get something right, but now we're excited to have these animals here. So real quick, I need to give a couple of shout outs. First off, Sandra sent me a text a little while ago. I want to give a shout out to Jetty and Tommy from Elkin, North Carolina. Sandra was in Sam's, and this was the first time that either one of us had been out somewhere and someone recognized either one of us that we didn't already know from the YouTube channel. So Jetty and Tommy, we appreciate y'all watching, and thanks for saying hey to Sandra in the store today. Also, a couple other folks that have really been instrumental. They don't know it. They've been instrumental in helping us kind of get this going. And a little bit of background, a few years ago, right after we had started farming, I bought 3 Holstein bull calves because I bought them for 25 bucks a piece. They were day-old calves. They were so small I picked them up and put them on the back of the truck by myself. And then we bottle fed them. And we didn't know what we were doing. We were at the old farm in Greensboro and kind of wanted some cows. And it was a failed experiment. And we ended up slaughtering those cows about, I don't know, 9 or 10 months old, and done whole cow hamburger on them. But anyway, we don't really count that. So this really is our first group of real beef cattle on the farm. And it's really a big milestone for us. When we started, this was something that I wanted to get into eventually. And it's taken us, this is our 5th full year farming. So it's taken us this much time to get on the right piece of ground, to feel like we had enough knowledge to be able to venture into this and get going with it. And like I said earlier, I think the important thing on any of this is you just got to do it. You got to take the dive and do it. But a couple other folks that we've really been paying attention to and watching on YouTube, there's a fellow by the name of Russ Wilson. I don't know exactly where Russ is, but he follows management intensive grazing, regular rotation, rotational grazing principles. He's got some really good stuff. I'm going to post a link to his channel. Cliff Honus, regenerative rancher and equine surgeon. He's out in Texas. Same deal, regenerative ranching, rotational grazing, management intensive grazing. been watching a lot of his stuff, really good stuff. I'll post a link to his channel in the description down below. And then of course Greg Judy, who we watch over the past couple weeks when we found out we were buying these, and the deal kind of presented itself. And yeah, that's another thing. And, you know, this whole farm and a lot of what's happened here has really been just kind of happened. Things that just sort of presented themselves to us. So we feel like things are kind of meant to be, and you know, we're spiritual people, and so we think that this is the right thing right now. But when we found out we were going to be buying these cattle, I think I've spent hours watching Greg Judy and JW. He texted me one day. He said, "Hey, have you got Saddle Bar Beef by Joel Salton?" And I said, "No, I don't have that. I never bought that one." He said, "Well, I'm gonna get it." So he's been studying, and Jamie's really been instrumental in getting this going, and setting up paddocks, and you know, just kind of planning things out. And he's been just phenomenal in helping us get this started. So, yeah, you know, everything just kind of happened at the right time, or it feels like it's happening at the right time. We got through 3 days. We've got through 3 days and I hadn't killed them yet. So I mean, I think that says a lot. But anyway, so I've rambled enough. And like I always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.